Hello and welcome to SigmaXL video tutorials. This is part 2 of the Introduction to Control Chart Template video series. In this video, I'll be covering time-weighted control chart templates found in SigmaXL, Exponentially Weighted Moving Average, or EWMA, and Tabular Cumulative Sum, or CUSUM charts. I'll also be demonstrating the trend control chart. The EWMA control chart uses weighted averages, where the weights decrease exponentially as observations come from further in the past with the smallest weights associated with the oldest observations. EWMA charts are more effective than Shewhart charts for detecting small process shifts. The formula used for the EWMA statistic is shown, with the starting value EWMA 0 estimated as the data mean and the smoothing parameter lambda specified according to the desired average run length characteristics. The use of average run length calculators will be covered in part 3 of this video series. Weights for different lambda values can be demonstrated graphically. Note that the K-sigma multiplier and the lambda values affect the control limits. For more information about the control limit calculations for the EWMA chart, see the SigmaXL workbook. To open the template, click SigmaXL, Control Charts, Control Chart Templates, Time Weighted, EWMA. We'll use a sample dataset in SigmaXL called Montgomery Table 9.1. Click SigmaXL, Help, Sample Data, and then find the file Montgomery Table 9.1.xlsx. Samples 1 through 20 are drawn from a random normal distribution with population mean of 10 and population standard deviation of 1. Samples 21 to 30 have a mean of 11 and standard deviation of 1, so the process is shifted by 1 sigma and is out of control. While this is a small shift in process mean, it is something that we want to be able to detect and correct as quickly as possible. Copy cells A1 through B21. Paste the values to the template at A1. We'll use the default weight lambda of 0.1, k equals 2.7. We'll specify a historical mean of 10 and historical standard deviation of 1. Click the EWMA control chart button. This confirms that the process is in control. Note that the control limit includes a time-varying component, which improves the sensitivity of the chart to be able to rapidly detect early shifts in the mean. Switch back to the Montgomery Table 9.1 workbook. Select and copy cells A22 through B31. This is the data with the shifted mean. Paste the values to cell A22 in the EWMA template. Clicking the Add Data button will add the data with the shifted mean to the control chart without recalculating the control limits. This confirms that the process is now out of control, with signals at samples 29 and 30. Now we'll discuss the Tabular Cumulative Sum chart. The CUSUM chart plots the cumulative sums of deviations of sample values from a target value. Because they combine information from several samples, cumulative sum charts are more effective than Shewhart charts for detecting small process shifts. There are two ways to represent CUSUMs, the tabular, or algorithmic, CUSUM, and the VMask form of the CUSUM. SigmaXL uses the tabular CUSUM. There are two CUSUM charts, a plus chart and a minus chart, to detect shifts above the target and below the target. K is the reference or slack value, typically set to 0.5. It sets the size of mean shift, 2k sigma, that you would like to detect quickly, so 0.5 denotes rapid detection of a shift in mean equal to 1 sigma. FIR is the optional fast initial response, or head start value. This sets the initial CUSUM statistics so that it improves the sensitivity to a mean shift at startup. The tabular CUSUM control limits are calculated as shown, where h is the decision interval, typically set to 4 or 5. For more information about calculating control limits in CUSUM charts, see the SigmaXL workbook. To open the template, click SigmaXL, Control Charts, Control Chart Templates, Time Weighted, CUSUM. For this demonstration, I'll be using the same sample dataset shown previously, Montgomery Table 9.1. Copy cells A1 through B21. Paste the values to the template at A1. We'll use the default K of 0.5, H of 5, and FIR of 0. I'll input a target of 10 and a historical standard deviation of 1. Click the Tabular CUSUM chart button to create the Tabular CUSUM control chart. Here we can see the two charts mentioned earlier, the plus chart and the minus chart. This confirms that the process is in control. Switch back to the Montgomery Table 9.1 data. Select and copy cells A22 through B31. This is the data with the shifted mean. Switch to the Tabular CUSUM template and paste values to cell A22. Click the Add Data button to add this data to the chart without recalculating the control limits. This confirms that the process is now out of control, with signals at samples 29 and 30. Note that the plot points on the minus chart are 0. Next, we'll consider trend charts. The trend control chart template should be used with continuous data. The data must be in chronological time sequence order and have a consistent positive or negative linear trend, which is inherent to the process. This is also known as a tool-aware control chart. The center line is the linear regression equation. The standard deviation is estimated using the usual MR bar formula on the regression residuals. Note that the regression model estimation error is not included in the calculation of the control limits. R² should be at least 50%, preferably greater than 80%. To begin, click SigmaXL, Control Charts, Control Chart Templates, Trend. For this demonstration, we'll be using a data set called TrendChartExample.xlsx. We'll use the first 20 samples to construct the trend control chart. Then, we'll add samples 21 through 30 to the chart. Copy the data in cells A1 through B21. Paste the values to the template at A1. Click the Trend Control Chart button. This confirms that the process is in control after taking the trend into account. The regression equation and R² are reported, with R² equal to 96.3%, well above the recommended 80%. Switch back to the trend control chart example. Select and copy the data at A22 through B31. Paste the values to cell A23 in the template. Click the Add Data button to add the new data to the trend control chart. This confirms that the process is now out of control, so corrective action to find and remove the assignable cause is needed. This concludes part 2 of the control chart tutorial video series, Time Weighted. For more videos, visit www.sigmaxl.com or join us on YouTube. Thank you for watching.